In the not too distant future, next Sunday AD, there was a guy named Joel, not too different from you or me.
Hello, I'm Faith, and welcome to Faith's Take, where I talk about anything and everything that I find interesting. And welcome to my review of episode 509 of MST3K The Girl in Lover's Lane. This is an absolutely fantastic episode from the powerhouse that is Season 5. Yes, my beloved Season 5, where the riffing is gut-busting, the majority of the host segments are on point, and we get treated to two fabulous hosts. This is one of the final episodes with Joel as our standard issue SOL captive, and it does not disappoint. So let's not waste any more time and dive into my review of MST3K episode 509, The Girl in Lover's Lane. We open on the bridge with Tom and Crow about to surgically alter their midriffs when Joel stumbles in and urges them to stop. The bots convince him to let them do their thing, only to regret the decision moments later. This Invention Exchange consists of the Mad's attempts to ruin America's favorite sport, while the satellite crew makes them shoes based entirely around a simple play on words.
Hi everyone, welcome to the Satellite of Love. I'm Crow T Robot, and this here's Tom Servo.
Howdy.
We're retrofitting each other with belly buttons, and there's a good chance we're doing something incredibly stupid.
Again?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Let's do it! Good gravy, what are you guys doing?
Well, hi Joel. We're giving each other belly buttons.
Can't do that. Please. Okay. This was definitely a mistake. Drilling holes in our midsections. Look at that poor schmo. Whew. Man, there but for the grace of God go I.
Our Invention Exchange is based roughly on the popular baseball promotion night. You know, hat night, sock night.
Tunnel of Chili night.
Right, but we've made it evil and hurtful, you know, like we like to do. This Not Whole Day special, the first 10,000 lucky kids get slide whistles.
Oh boy.
And the second lucky 10,000 kids get real brass knuckles. Then the first 10,000 lucky kids become unlucky.
Say, ever notice how the trendy shoes Doc Martens and the name of the popular mad cartoonist Don Martin almost sound the same? Well, we did. Yes. Don Martin, the maddest of the mad cartoonists, has a real flair for drawing funny footwear.
And Doc Martens, British shoe importer, also has a real flair for making and selling funny footwear.
Your movie this week, Joel, is a little piece of dreck called The Girl in Lover's Lane.
We open our movie in a train yard where we find a young man outrunning a couple of muggers. Hiding in between a few freights, he yeets his wallet inside of an open car to hide it, knowing they'll probably catch him eventually. Unfortunately, a mysterious figure was already occupying the car and picks the wallet up as the dude outside gets caught by the would-be thieves. They slap him around a bit and he immediately blacks out. They leave him there, having found no money, only for him to be put into the boxcar by the man who found his wallet. We then get the semi-cliffhanger while our opening credits roll, and a fun in-theater song commences with our riffers. It turns out that the kid's name is Danny, and he's a runaway from home with a hefty sum of $100 in his pocket. The other guy, Big Stupid, whose real name, Bix Dugan, is nearly as silly, is an experienced drifter who instantly knows Danny's new to this hobo lifestyle, and they end up deciding that Big will take Danny under his homeless wing.
He doesn't understand the concept of hopping a freight.
Sir, we just want to punch your ticket.
Calvin Klein jeans.
Oh, damn Jehovah's Witnesses. Scotty, beam me out of here.
Hey, he rolled himself. Stamp all butts, dead out.
Oh, well, at least he's a donor. He does look like an easy target for thugs. Hell, I'd like to beat him up.
Oh, you know, this happened on Thomas the Tank Engine one time.
Okay, you join our discussion salon or you're dead.
I haven't got any money. You're lying.
Damn Student Loan Association.
He was loaded.
Kidnapped. The Frank Sinatra Jr. story.
It's Jesus. Maybe not.
In Oxford's?
Oh. The Girl in Lover's Lane.
With Jackie Lamb, not Jack LaLanne.
The entire crew feels a sense of shame to their disdain. The girl in love.
The Girl in Lover's Lane.
Hey, I'm in here. Do you mind?
You got a weak jaw, boy. They hardly touched you.
No, I'm kind of a film. My friends call me Wormy.
You got something that belongs to me.
Well, now I guess maybe we got something to talk about.
Well, that'll make the time go fast.
Well, you had $100 here. How come you're hopping freights?
It's kind of hard to hop a plane.
Well, you aren't used to traveling this way. This is something new to you. Well, you don't even know how to handle yourself yet.
I got separated from my band trip, okay?
I mean what? Danny Winslow.
Big Stugan.
Big stupid?
Mr. Stupid, can I have my wallet back now?
Wow, you got me a wallet and I just lost mine.
If you'd said you'd stole it, I'd have kept it.
How's that make you feel?
I think maybe you got a long way to go.
And I'm gonna take you there.
I'm serious. Wake up and talk to me. Where you headed?
This is getting weird.
I was just thinking. Since you don't care where you go, just so long as you keep moving, why can't we travel together?
I killed a bunch of drifters, and you could be next.
Well, for one thing, you got $100, kid. I don't know whether you know it or not, but a professional vagrant don't make much money.
Well, the money will be my part of the deal.
You'll bring a sense of style.
I guess we're stuck with each other.
Dear Diary, I think I'm finally becoming a real vagrant. Big Stupid says he's going to teach me the ins and outs of drifting.
Camera 3, get off the track. Camera 3, out there!
They end up off the train and hitchhiking into a little town called Sherman. Smash cut to the local diner where we meet modest waitress Kari, whose father owns the place, her boy-crazy friend Peg, and Jesse, the town weirdo who does little odd jobs for the diner and is frighteningly into poor Kari. Peg insists Jesse's harmless, but Kari feels uneased by him. That's when our duo of vagrants show up for lunch, while the jerky other waiter, Pete, has also shown up and brought Sadie, one of the local prostitutes, in with him. Big starts flirting with Kari, while Sadie starts going after Danny. After setting up a date for the evening, Biggs comes to Danny's rescue for the second time to keep him from the local ring of hookers, while Danny's completely oblivious to Sadie's actual intentions.
They're probably stopping for water.
Is that bad when they stop for water? Would you want me to get you some water, Bix? Is water
Shut up, Danny.
Oh.
She's slowing down. Come on.
Mr. Big Stupid, catch me.
Is that a girl, my lord, in a flatbed Ford slowing down to take a look at... Oh, no.
Hey, I want you to take this kid from me, will ya?
What town are we coming to?
Funky Town.
Sherman.
Hey, train will be in soon. Oh, it's just another freight.
It'll still be in soon.
Oh, Johnny's pretty wild. You've been seeing a lot of them lately.
Well, he's better than nothing.
You haven't tried
Haven't
nothing.
been seeing... Oh, look who just walked in. Sherman's answer to the brainless wonder.
Hey, it's Abe Lincoln.
Supposed to go down to the store and get your possum supplies, isn't that right?
Yes, that's right.
As a young man, Garrison Keeler was shunned by his friends.
Thank you, Jesse. I don't ever want to be alone with him. Just the thought of it.
Oh, stop it, Kari, for goodness sakes. He's as harmless as a pup.
Yeah, Cujo.
Everybody knows it.
Green-eyed lady, sexy lady.
Well, I don't know for you two. No, get out, out, out!
Look out, Sherman, here we come.
Shut up, Danny.
Oh.
Okay, what'll it be?
Well, first, a little respect. We ain't bumming a meal.
Oh, money man, huh? Well, now, ain't that interesting. You're gonna have to excuse the looks of this place. We ain't used to catering to the carriage trade.
Well, do you think you could get back here with a menu before the food goes bad?
Food's bad
Girl,
already.
I'll wait on you, bud.
Hi, I'm Midge. Can I start you out with some grilled mahi-mahi and a grapefruit cream sauce?
Don't fall in love with us, baby. We'll hurt you every time.
I've got a feeling you're spending the rest of our money right here.
You're not ready for quips yet, Danny.
Now, what I got...
Say, you're new in town, ain't you, honey?
Yeah.
The open road is our home, ma'am.
What's your name, honey?
Carrie?
I'm so very...
Rogers?
Bet you have a lot of boyfriends. Pretty girl like you.
No, I'm saving myself for the right oily drifter.
You know, you're a beautiful girl, Kari.
You're so very.
Bet you got a yellow dress.
And yellow eyes.
Ruffles on it or something. Hey, why don't you put that dress on tonight? You and me will go for a walk. Maybe take in a movie.
I'd like that.
Will you have to be
I
there?
don't know your name.
Bix.
And I'm Danny.
What time you get off?
Where you staying, kid?
In a boxcar on the edge of town, ma'am.
It's nice to meet someone with manners for a change.
So now your day's complete.
Let's have more breakfast.
I don't
Danny.
want to catch you, miss.
For our first mid-film host segment, we get another great song with our space prisoners singing about all the wonderful things about trains and the journeys you can take on them as a drifter.
We've decided to write our own train songs. We hope it brings out the same traveling vagabond. Everywhere I hang my hat is home, spirit in you.
Been riding on this old train, been riding it all night. I think I'll go to the club car and get myself a bite. This tuna melt sandwich really tastes quite nice. Oh, got sesame seeds in the bun. Plus it comes with coleslaw and a pickle, and I must say it's reasonably priced.
5:15 from Duluth, oh my, it's just derailed. The toxic waste is spilling, the conductor's been impaled. A benzene cloud has risen, and the whole town's starting to call. Within a matter of days, all of our skin will fall off.
Kari's dad is rightfully dubious about Big's intentions, seeing as he's a friggin' hobo, but Kari's infatuation refuses to wane. Having an hour before the date, the drifters head to the local pool hall where Danny innocently, yet stupidly, asks for change for a $50 bill, the equivalent of nearly $450 today, causing every local in the hall to give them the once-over before heading outside. Big reveals that they left in order to attack them on their way out for their small, easily accessible fortune in Danny's pockets. They head out ready for an intense beatdown when Big spots an alley they can throw down in and possibly make it out alive.
What do you know about him? He's a drifter. Here 1 minute, gone the next.
He's wearing a stomach sock.
I don't want anything to happen to you, honey. I'm kind of fond of you.
Pa, he's the first boy I've seen that I want to go out with.
And I'm approaching menopause, for Pete's sake.
Well, he's kind of easy to talk to.
Your grandmother's easy to talk to. Take a walk with her.
Please.
I still got an hour to kill.
Maybe I'll kill you.
About all that loot you've got, Pat, in your pocket.
What about it?
Well, me with all my experience, don't you think I ought to kind of look after it?
No, I'll hold on to it.
What's the matter? Don't an honest face count for nothing?
No response needed. Come on.
How's your game, Danny boy?
I never played pool.
You never played pool. Didn't they teach you nothing at home?
Anything. Are we going to hustle these men, Big?
Change for 50, please.
The color of Danny.
What are you trying to do, buy the place?
Just break the 50, huh?
Well, that was a lot of money back in those days. He probably could have bought the place.
Oh, hi.
Well, rack 'em up and call the ambulance.
Friend, you're carrying a lot of money.
Yes, we are. Thank you very much.
Why don't you use some of it to prove how good you are?
Why don't you take your kindergarten and blow?
Oof, my tomacological region.
Streets get awful dark. Be careful when you leave here, huh?
Thanks. Safe home to you, too.
Do they mean what I think they mean?
That it's dark outside?
Any way you look at it, Danny boy, looks like we're gonna get our heads bashed in.
Well, is there another mentor around here like you?
Just reading Kathy. Leave me out of it.
Why can't we just...
Love.
Because that's the way things are, kid.
Uh-huh.
I told you once,
We better not keep them waiting.
Yeah, they might get angry and hit us.
What I'm going to do, see, is I'm going to kill you and strap you around my body for armor.
Well, any way you look at it, we're gonna get killed.
I don't want to be a hobo. I want to be a nurse.
Well, I didn't expect to spend the whole $50 in there. We're flat broke now. Certainly not worth mugging us for 75 cents.
The dark side of Mayberry.
See this alley?
It's where you're going to die.
Now, you do like I say and you throw a few teeth.
Remember, folks, a backhand will knock him cold for hours.
The fight ensues with Danny holding one guy down while Biggs takes care of the other two, since one of the quartet stayed out of the fight to, I don't know, stand guard for the cops, I guess? Despite having Biggs do all the work, Danny ends up getting clocked before Biggs finishes the guys off, and they head back to their shabby motel room to fix Danny up, with Biggs knowing full well he's disappointing Kari and missing the date. We then get our two supposed heroes' backstories. Danny ran away after finding out his parents were getting a divorce after a relatively stable marriage and making him choose who to stay with when he loves them both. However, Biggs' father was horribly abusive both physically and mentally for as long as he can remember. The next day, back in the diner, Biggs apologizes to Kari and they arrange a new date for that evening, since Kari has no common sense nor self-respect, while Peg shoots her shot with Danny.
Plop, plop, fist, fist. Oh, what a fight it is.
I don't know, I can't see it. What are you waiting for, Danny?
But don't hurt me, I have this glass jaw thingy.
Spartacus! He's trying to uncomfortable him to death.
Daddy, please help the world, Daddy.
It's Donnie Most and Joel Grey in a fight to the death.
You guys need anything in there?
Mom!
Guess I'm not much of a fighter.
Well, what are you whispering for? It ain't no secret.
How about that guy grinding the knee?
When you're in a spotlight tonight, you have two choices. You can stay and face it and be afraid, or you can run and be ashamed. It's up to you which is easiest to live with.
No, I'll take the latter.
What's this back alley trip for?
Well, you may as well know I'm the prince from Liechtenstein, Big.
You said they were getting a divorce.
Dad made it clear it was my fault.
How do you choose between two people who have always seemed like one to you?
Ooh.
I've never had that problem. I wouldn't know what to tell you.
You're on your own on this one, Danny.
We made over $5 today. That's a lot for these days.
At 9 o'clock, business goes under.
Took me everywhere he went. I knew every beer joint in town by the time I was 8.
That's somebody's ideal childhood.
He gave me a lot of things, too. Mostly his fist in my face.
Did he swing it or just place it there gently?
Here's the lunch rush.
Shall I?
No, Pa, I'll take the order.
Back off, Daddy's mine.
Hi, Kari. Hey, no kidding, Kari. I'm sorry. Let's make it for tonight. What do you say? Same time?
All right. Tonight.
Sucker. I did it again, Big.
You got a dime?
Sure. I got 5,000 dimes. Leather coat.
You aren't mad about last night, are you?
No.
You can walk over me anytime.
Hey, don't forget.
As is often the case with our favorite little robots, Crow and Tom have taken some tips from the movie and decide to attack Joel like the muggers by getting him to ask for change from them. But as is also the case with them, it doesn't go exactly to their plan.
Oh, hi, bros. Hey, my old pinball machine.
Yeah. Want to play?
No. What else is going on?
Duke! Nothing, Joel, not a thing. We used our tricorders to scan the SOL for entertainment potential, and the pinball machine is the only thing that even moved the meter.
Crow, this doesn't have any connection to that weird beating scene in today's film, does it?
Like, hey, Servo, let's drag the pinball machine on deck and get Joel to ask for change for his 50 and then hogpile him by a bunch of crates we set up to look like the alley. Yeah, right. Gee, do you believe this guy? Joel?
Yeah?
You're not gonna take that $50 and come into our mock alley set and let us hogpile you and snag on you and stuff, are you?
No.
Joel?
Yeah, honey.
You're absolutely sure?
Yeah.
Okay, well, then we're just gonna have to hogpile you here. Servo, let's get
Biggs and Kari finally go on their date, and it's the most melancholy date I've ever seen. They chat about benign things, like how Kari likes rocks causing water to ripple, and Biggs marvels at the fact that she doesn't have a boyfriend. But if she currently had a boyfriend, why would she be here with you on a date, Biggs? Anyway, they dance and he starts to kiss her. She kisses back, and he forcefully separates her face from his, since I guess she's not allowed to be into it even though he initiated. They head back to the diner where Pete tells Biggs that Sadie took Danny to the local brothel. Kari's dad won't stand for that. He tells Biggs where to find Danny so he can save him for, the 4th time now, and fires Pete for bringing Sadie around. Biggs finds the whorehouse, gets distracted by one of said whores, but breaks away to go find Sadie, having gotten Danny drunk, trying to rob him while he's passed out.
Pa doesn't know very much about girls' clothes.
There's so much you could say to that.
You got a boyfriend? Somebody special?
I thought you were gonna be him.
I love the rings they make when they hit the water.
Yeah, rings, right. Oh, this is a great date. I always wanted to be nuzzled by a hobo.
You smell like hash browns.
Oh, forgive me for responding to you.
You know why I brought you out here?
To get to my father?
You got any idea?
For my tater tot hot dish recipe? To talk about hockey?
No, you wouldn't.
'Cause you like shoes?
Come on, can I take you home?
Okay.
I think maybe tonight he becomes a man.
Yeah, how'd you figure that out?
Sadie was in here earlier.
Said something about a bar mitzvah.
Ain't she kind
Well, what's going on here?
This bum sent my friend over that Sadie dame, and now he can't remember where she lives.
Sadie, how many times?
Oh.
She lives around the corner at 933 Elm Street.
3rd bedroom on the left, pink lingerie hanging.
Pete, you're through. No more excuses. Just get up.
You'll never serve lunch in this town again.
That's the last time I hire a pimp.
And why is she singing the theme to the $6 Million Man?
I don't think
Good show. But what I wouldn't give to be Mr. Bubble right now.
Get the heck out of here. Hey, wait a second.
Bring Mommy a beer.
I'll be right out.
Why do they have a bathtub in the sitting room?
Well, hello there, tassel feet.
Joel, when I grow up, I want to be a drifter.
Are you in the wrong room now?
I've never been in a righter room in my life.
I don't know.
If this room is wrong, I don't want to be right.
You know, being with a hooker's just too much of a commitment for him. He can't handle it.
Hello, Mrs. Prostitute.
Danny?
Now, Sadie girl, we both know you ain't that expensive.
Oh, you got me.
Come on, put all that green back where it belongs.
Line? What's my line?
Take 5 out for yourself.
Because that's just what you're
Cover
worth.
that cheap Sadie. I hate hitting dames.
Oh, man, there's so much not to like about this guy.
Is this your falsie?
Talk about dipping into the
Didn't your mother
till.
teach you any better? Now, you look real close. You see, a 2 and an O side by side like that make 20, Sadie girl. Not 5.
She's a prostitute. You can't really shame her, okay?
Ain't you ashamed?
Tears fall like rain.
Oh, he just broke Danny.
Here, buddy, let's get to a nice, honest, fresh hooker.
Biggs gets Danny back with the money in tow, and the next day, Kari's dad asks the two of them to work for him now that Pete's been fired. Cut to who knows how long later, and Biggs and Danny have a new job. Jesse comes in and refuses to order if Kari isn't the one helping him. Biggs, sensing Kari's obvious discomfort, stands his ground and decides to take Kari home to keep her safe from the obviously unstable man that the whole town doesn't find to be a threat for some reason. They go for a walk back to the same pond as before, and Biggs, in a roundabout way, tells Kari he won't fall in love with her, but one day the right guy will. So you can see why she's just so darn in love with this guy.
You know, this guy's life would have been a lot simpler if he would have just lost his wallet and gone home.
Yeah, pretty much.
I could have ended up like Bob Crane.
Oh, it won't hurt to...
Stop the music, my eggs are cold.
He said they'll have scrambled eggs and coffee.
Ask him, Paul. Go on, ask him.
Would you please go out with my daughter?
Nice day.
For a white wedding.
You know, their drifting career is
Yeah?
really stalled.
I don't suppose you'd be interested in working for a spell.
Me? I get cold sweats at the thought of it.
Why don't you, Bix? We're getting kind of low on money.
We'll manage.
What about our nest egg?
You, really stuck?
Yeah.
He's got a gull wing toupee.
Wormhole!
5 years later.
Big, where are the kids?
I just felt a chill of horror, honey.
What is it with this creep? He has you shaking like a leaf. Why?
I don't like him, and I guess he knows it. He's always trying to touch me.
Well, you are one of 3 women in town.
Oh, wait, I don't see if you'd like to touch me.
So you wanna... But hey, don't touch me!
I want the girl. I said she's busy.
Well, will you put on a dress and say, may I help you?
You better get ready to go. I'll take you home.
Okay.
Leaving?
Yep. It's all yours, Danny boy. Take over.
Be all by myself in here.
I'm stepping into a pretty big apron here.
You got a dime?
You know, back then a dime was like having $1,000.
Yeah.
Don't you ever get tired? I mean, don't you ever feel like you want to stop?
And do what?
Well, stop and stay put someplace. The person's got to belong somewhere, doesn't he?
But nobody doesn't belong to Sarah Lee.
You see that?
Boom mic picks up everything we
Got a
say.
roof over my head. You get kind of lonesome sometimes, don't you, Kari?
Yeah, but I just throw myself at a hobo and...
Yeah, I kind of figured that.
I'll do the talking.
Don't let it get you. Someday some guy's gonna come to town and pick you out over everybody else.
Over Millie and the prostitutes?
Come on, kid, I'll take you home. It's getting late.
Would you stop calling me kid and taking me home?
My blood.
Kari and Biggs start to head back into town when who else but local creep Jesse happened to be watching them the entire time. The two finally get back to Kari's house, where her father has enjoyed more than a little alcohol, causing Biggs to storm away. Danny asks what's wrong, and it turns out Kari's intoxicated father reminded Big too much of his own dad. We're reminded of just how awful a life Biggs has had to endure, and that when he had enough beatings from his dad, he hit him back, and his dad dropped dead. Biggs has lived with this guilt, even after being told that the heart condition was what caused his dad to die anyway. Yup, Big Stupid is all sorts of messed up. The drifters and girls go on a picnic date, and Biggs and Danny both struggle with what to do. Should Danny call his parents and let them know he's alive? Should Biggs leave Kari heartbroken and scarred for life? Tough decisions. The next day, Jesse threatens Danny, saying he and Biggs shouldn't stay in town much longer.
Oh, it's the stage manager from our town.
She's still busy? Can she wait on me?
I didn't think he'd be home this early.
Where's he been?
Nate Cummings' son is getting married. They had a bachelor party for him.
Sounds wild.
Well,
If it isn't the Great Drifters, king of the hobos.
get them a nice time?
You're drunk.
Yeah, Mr. Judgmental over there.
Took a freight train from Kansas City, and you're something special.
You know, Big Stupid is not a very appealing leading man.
You're drunk too.
My old man.
Think I'll keep him.
Used to work me over regular every time he got drunk. And he got drunk every day.
So he worked me over every day is the
Got to be
point.
routine.
It would, wouldn't
He
it?
didn't slug me when he came home. I thought he was sick.
Was he?
One night I hit him back. He fell down and he never got up again. He was so full of booze he drowned in it.
Sorry.
The doc said the fall had nothing to do with it.
So I killed him too.
Cheese.
They're losing their will to drift.
Eat it all, kid.
What'll you give me for it?
What do you want?
If you have to ask, forget it, Tiger.
Right, here's your dang dime.
Danny?
You have a weird body.
Maybe you're stuck on her, too.
Now look, bright boy, you start playing Cupid, I'm going to throw you to the fish.
Bluegills scare me.
Move on.
Coming?
How to stuff a weird bikini.
That was my favorite scene.
She's not like other girls. You ought to tell her we're leaving soon.
Most girls you can just use.
I'll be in the back. I have some supplies to unpack.
Yeah, my heartbreaking tools came in.
Where's the girl? Kari.
She
Think, man.
left early tonight.
She entered the witness protection program.
I was, kind of wondering when you and your partner are gonna leave. You know, in this town, we don't like people coming in and taking things that ain't theirs.
Call us persnickety.
He's not the harmless idiot they think he is.
I am.
What do you want?
I'd hate to meet him in a dark alley some night.
What would you do? Run?
Oh, that hurt. Why can't you ever support me?
While Joel attempts to show Tom a totally unrelated science experiment, Crow decides to emulate the perv from the film. Already a bad decision, even worse when you see how the movie ends.
What happens is the fire burns up all the oxygen in the bottle and creates a vacuum.
Oh, and then the egg gets sucked down into the bottle. Cool. What a neat experiment.
I'm Jack Elam. Here are the goods you ordered.
Don't bump the desk. The egg.
Don't talk to me. I only want to deal with Gypsy. She around?
Oh.
Look at me. Look at me a sec. Look. I'll do that bouncy thing he does. You guys are a tough crowd. Worked a long time on this.
It's great, Crow. You really look like him.
I am Jack Elam. That I don't need your pity.
Yes, you do.
What are you saying? That I'm a total failure?
No, I'm saying that you're a total failure and you look like Jack Elam.
Biggs, having grabbed Kari for another night out at the pond, tells her he can never be with her. Between his drifter's heart and his newly found hatred of her father thanks to his deceased dad's previous drunkenness, he leaves her in a rush. That's literally the worst thing he could have done, as Jesse lurks out of the shadows and attacks Kari. Thankfully, Biggs can hear her screams and comes to the rescue. Jesse outright admits he's going to continue to pursue Kari, especially once Biggs leaves town again. And the entire scene feels just as awful and uncomfortable as it sounds. The next day, Danny assures Big that they can stay in town, causing Biggs to blow up in his face about how he doesn't need anyone, including Kari, all while her father can hear him, and he tells Danny to catch the next truck out of town. Biggs then goes to semi-break up with Kari, leaving Danny to catch the truck by himself. Biggs tells Kari he'll be back one day once he's figured himself out, cause that sounds like a legit promise to give someone who's inexplicably attracted to you. Kari runs off to the pond to cry, only to find Jesse waiting there.
I'm a drifter, a nobody.
Oh.
I ain't the guy you've been waiting for.
You ate him? Why?
I don't want to hurt you.
but I've never met anyone like you.
And if you're lucky, you never will again. Well, you don't know anything.
Thanks, I think.
Now's the time for you to learn all the nice things. I can't teach them to you.
I'm book solid.
Things you learned from me, you'd be better off never knowing.
Like algebra. Ugh.
It's no good, you and me, Kari. It's just no good.
Love should be musky and whiskery and bad.
Yeah, how do you like my theme music?
Big Stupid did a great job protecting her.
Stay away from me, Jesse.
Oh, he's taking on a Torgo quality.
Very Torgo-esque.
Stay away from you. And I want just to kiss you.
Hey,
Jack, stop it!
No.
Knock off!
No.
Don't you? Boo!
Don't hurt none.
Okay, good night, Kari.
Big
Stupid
Stupid
to the rescue!
My big stupid.
There we go. Down he goes.
Why did I want to be here?
Someday you ain't gonna be around.
To pick up the pieces when somebody breaks your heart.
I'll see you later. Later tonight.
Are you ever gonna not shoo me away?
I told you we could stay here for a while. At least until you're ready to...
I'm ready now, man.
Hey, he called me man.
You can't solve your own problems, but you got mine all figured out.
I don't get it.
Well, who's asking you to?
Third base.
Who's asking for any of this? Look, I don't need you, Danny boy. And I don't need her.
Don't say
Never
me.
been
Don't
tied
say
down
me.
before, and I'm not gonna...
I was beginning to think that you... Well, I had the funniest feeling.
It seems to me that you were...
I can't explain it.
I was just about to eat a...
There's only a half a pound of...
It's true then, isn't it?
You're a Nazi.
You came to say goodbye.
Hell, you made it easy. See ya. Oh, for the open
Kari, I gotta make you
road.
understand. I'll be back. But I will. I need time. I have to think.
I have to go through a visioning
I tried
process.
to give you a reason for staying, but you wouldn't let me.
Come on, kid. I'll take you home. Oh.
Kari.
You're so very...
So, Danny tells me you killed your dad.
Trying to make these buildings explode as I walk by, but it's not working.
Gene Kelly!
I can't wait any longer. I'm late now.
Gotta dance. Gotta dance.
This is where I used to say, I'd better take you home, kid.
This man could win $5,000.
Later that night, Big comes out to look for Kari, only to find her dying alone in the clearing. She confesses her love to him before letting out a scream, alerting a nearby couple to their presence. Thinking Biggs is the one who must have killed her, he gets taken to the sheriff's office. He's so out of it and in shock, he can't tell them anything useful or even bother to defend himself. The sheriff already knows the town will come after Biggs, guilty or not, so they put him in a cell, more for his safety than anyone else's. Meanwhile, on the road, Danny hears about Kari's murder. He begs to be brought back into town to save Biggs, and the driver obliges after a nice monetary offer. Kari's dad and some of the town's men rush to the station with a gun and are gonna kill the officers if they don't let them kill Biggs, because that's totally an action that'll have no moral or legal repercussions in the future. They take Biggs out to the alley and work him over, while Jesse gleefully watches like the scum of the earth that he is. Danny gets there and runs Jesse down, forcing him into the middle of the mob to confess, and I gotta tell ya, Danny's moment of heroism is extremely satisfying. Danny calls his parents and tells them that he's coming home and bringing Biggs with him, where they can finally start real lives.
Well, I'll see if she's out here. Maybe I can call her kid and take her home.
Kari.
Have you seen my keys?
Kari, who did it?
And do you have someone to cover your shift tomorrow?
I love you.
Oh, Edvard Munch is here.
What was that?
I don't know. I just arrived in this film.
Kari.
So
forgive me.
For I have sinned, and it's been 3 weeks since my last confession. We drove onto a movie set. Let's get out of here.
What?
We've got to go get the sheriff.
The cafe heiress has been killed.
This has been a peaceful town for 20 years.
Yeah.
There's gonna be trouble. Can't you understand that?
Please, I'm brooding.
Listen to me.
You're stuck here.
Have you ever seen a lynch mob?
In a play once.
And what do you think that silence means out there? That everyone's asleep?
Listen, when you kill in this town, you get a stern lecture from the sheriff.
She died so easy.
Like she'd done it before.
It didn't take much.
All you had to do was murder her.
What do you say, Mac?
Hi, Bill.
Gotta dance, Jack.
How about checking this?
My brother-in-law phoned a couple of hours ago and said some girl by the name of Anders was killed.
Saw it on Matlock.
Kari Anders.
Bill, you got to take me back.
Now, look, you know
$20.
I've got to run.
30.
Sold American.
Tire okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Well, I do gotta dance.
Relax, kid. You're on your way.
Well, Danny sure can charm the older set.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do this, Cal. You don't know that he killed Kari. But what you're doing is murder.
Give me the keys.
Listen to me.
No, you listen
He's
to me.
drunk again.
Are you going to bring him out here or do I have to go get him myself?
I lost my best waitress.
Jim!
I'm going to beat you, boy. Beat you till you can't stand up and turn you over to the others.
Hey, that sounds... Oh.
You gotta believe me, I wouldn't.
Get him out.
They took turns at Big Stupid, and there was 3 of them.
I wouldn't hurt her. I loved her.
You loved her.
That's great!
She tied you down. That's what you said. I heard you myself.
No. No.
Kari's dad really shines in a crisis.
Why did you do...
Actually, it's really more ironic than funny, isn't it?
Let me through. I said let me through.
Please let me through. I'm a hobo.
Get up.
Isn't that the trail boss from Wagon Train?
That sequence is over. Let's get him!
He's at the 20. Good open field tackle.
Don't pass out on me now.
Not yet. No, don't pass out on me now.
Get over there and tell them what you did.
I didn't touch her. I didn't mean to kill her.
Nobody can say they coerced it out of him.
Quick, move his head. He may have a spinal injury.
You made a mistake.
Dad? It's great to hear your voice, too.
Off the freight, met a guy. He got beat up. I got beat up. He met a girl.
That's swell, Dad.
You're gonna kill the fatted calf?
Well, look, it's,
I love the rings they make when they hit the water.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Have you ever been in love?
Well, I was, but she died.
We're going home.
Come to Daddy.
Tom and Crow are rightfully enraged by the experiment, and to calm them down, Joel basically invites them to write fan fiction about the film to fill up the hole that it's left inside of them.
Joel, Tom and I have been horribly scarred by the way this movie ended, and that means we're filled with rage.
It's just fiction. I mean, you don't have to accept the ending they hand you.
Wow. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just a minor change. What would happen if the nice restaurant woman lived?
You think it even occurred to him? Jack Elam is kidnapped by aliens.
Mean aliens.
Sure, mean aliens.
Bro, aren't you getting a little bit away from the movie?
Bear with me. Then there are pygmies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we live in a vast pygmy kingdom.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. You see what happens is then the pygmies get a bus and they drive all the way to Hollywood.
Florida.
Yeah. And then they head for the stars.
Yeah.
And then you learn some kind of lesson, and then you go home.
Now that's a better ending.
Mm-hmm.
This episode is yet another classic in this 30-plus year-long legacy of riffing. Big Stupid is an unlikable protagonist, Danny's naivete is just plain idiocy most of the time, and the brothel scene is as random and confusing as hell. And all of that and more leads to some pretty amazing jokes. However, I will say that while this one is indeed hilarious, it's definitely one of the most depressing films they've ever riffed. While many of the films we encounter on this program are filled to the brim with deep hurting, I personally find this to be one of the saddest for sure. We've seen plenty of deaths throughout the experiments, season 2 is chock full of that, but this one actually hits pretty dang hard. But the ending, while dripping in unjust tragedy, does give at least a glimmer of hope that Biggs and Danny will find their way, so I guess there's that. As always, thank you all so much for watching, and special thanks to my spectacular Patreon supporters, including Jackie Ball, Kevin Nata, and Victor Cordova. Sorry this review took so long to get out there, but I'm going to try to be moving full steam ahead for the next couple videos I have in mind. And be sure and leave review suggestions in the comments. I would love to hear what you guys want to see. Thanks again, and I'll see you guys later.
We gotta get some more women in this town.
Mm-hmm.